Hey everyone, I'm Jori Richard, and this is the Five of Wands in the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck. And this is the Minor Arcana. And what we have here is Saturn in Leo. Here's the symbol for Saturn, and here is Leo. Leo is a fire planet, and Saturn is the only planet that has a ring around it, and it resembles Satan, opposition, and just a force, an opposing force. So you're trying to do something, and then that Saturn energy is making it a little more difficult. But this could be a good thing, because then it makes us perfect our craft and become stronger in the end. So this card, Strife. Everything that we get in this world, we need some type of drive. So when things are not working out so good, like if you're working a job, sitting in a box, and doing the same routine every day, and you're going out of your mind, and you're going insane, well then that's pushing you out of your comfort zone, and that is giving you the drive to do something better, to discover your true worth and what your purpose in life is. So if I was content, and if there was nothing wrong, everything was wonderful, then I wouldn't have any drive to better my situation. So the strife is necessary to take me to the next level of my journey, the next level of enlightenment. We have the bird, which resembles Thoth. This is the Tarot of Thoth. And the bird represents the phoenix rising from the ashes. You got the fire in the middle. So in this process of burning up, I feel like my soul is on fire and there's nowhere to turn, and I'm backed in a corner and I'm compressed, and so much tension and anxiety that causes me to completely flip out, man, and become a whole nother creature, to be born again. But in order for that to happen, there has to be strife. The phoenix, it's a bird that's on fire, and the bird is in agony and pain and suffering, and then it dies and it turns to ashes. But then something starts happening in the ashes. The bird comes back alive, and it bursts from the ashes, and that is that fiery phoenix that's born again, resembling enlightenment and becoming a whole nother creature. But the strife was necessary to take me to that point. And these lotus flowers represent the mother, meaning that I'm being looked out for. The universe doesn't want to see my destruction. It doesn't want me to completely lose it and then start talking to myself and then clucking like a chicken because I completely lost it. But the purpose of putting me through all this tension and turmoil is to help me to understand that other people's opinions, it doesn't even matter. I don't care what anybody thinks about me, truly. I could say that all day, that I don't care what anyone thinks, but there's a part of me that cares what people think. And maybe the strife is just pushing me out where nothing else matters. All that matters is creating my world. So this is the steel middle path. You have the left-hand path and the right-hand path, and the left-hand path can be referred to what the black magicians travel, and the right-hand path could be helping and religion, and there has to be this balance. But there is the middle path, the middle pillar, and once we go down the middle, then we have balance. So I'm balancing the left and the right, the dark and the light, the good and the evil, even though these things, it just all energy. Looking at the whole picture as just energy. There is no good, there is no evil, it's just energy. So how do I maximize my power and utilize as much energy as possible? Sometimes I may be working with some very dark entities and images that may frighten people, but the reason why it frightens them is because there's so much energy attached onto it, like the image of Baphomet, that evokes so many emotions in people, or a pentagram, upside down cross, or a swastika. These symbols, they evoke emotions from people, and even though it's a negative energy, you can't look at it like that. It still brings a lot of energy. And if we can harness that, we can use it to our advantage. So we can't be afraid of these negative energies. And when we're going through the strife, we know that this pain and suffering and everything in life, it just ain't working out. Why? Everything that I do, it's not working. It's causing this drastic shift to happen into my life, so I become a completely different person. So I'm going to travel down the middle and balance the masculine and the feminine within me. I can't be too negative and offend everybody, and I can't just keep on giving, because then people will take advantage of me. I have to bring in people with the right hand and then let them go, push them away with the left. And I haven't been pushing people away as much as I should be. Javora. I got to be pushing these motherfucking people away. So Leo is the fire, and the Saturn energy is that opposition, that force that we have to fight through, and it's making things tougher for us. But then I will look back one day and I'll think, I'm glad that these things happened. I'm glad that I had to go through these certain things, because then when the future came, then I was prepared. So at this present time, where I'm at now, it seems like it's really bad. It's really bad, and it can't get any worse. But then I'm being compacted. I'm being pressed, and I'm tested, and I'm tormented constantly every day in my life. And I'm going through this immense strife. But then what will I become from it? It's definitely creating something. What will I become? I will become this unstoppable force. And I'll look back and I'll say, hey, it was what I had to go through. So the strife is necessary. And the 5 corresponds to Mercury, communication, Sobek, the alligator god of Egypt. In Egypt, they would have the alligator god Sobek, and they would have alligators in the king's court. And you know for sure, if you did anything that would make the king angry, he would throw you into the alligator tank. You would get thrown into the Sobek tank. So you don't want to be stepping on the king's toes and causing that strife in the king's quarters, because you're going to get thrown in the Sobek tank. But then maybe it'll make you a stronger person, right? Or you'll just get eaten by alligators. But hopefully the mother right here says that she will comfort me, and I have nothing to worry about. I'm not going to get torn to bits. And even when I feel like all is lost and I'm about to throw in the towel and death is imminent, that's when new life happens. That's the end of the process, and then I start all over. And there is no death. I can't remember the exact moment that I came into this world, because I never was created. I always was. And I can't remember the exact moment I logged onto this world, but I was just here because I am an eternal being. So I have nothing to worry about. I will not be completely annihilated, even though it feels like I am. And then when I do get to the goal, to the destination, then I just have to be content with the process, the journey. I can't be bitching about the journey every single step, even though it really does suck. But it's necessary. I'm Jori Richard. This is the 5 of Wands in the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck, the Minor Arcana. I'm Jori Richard. Thank you for watching. Peace.